Hello, welcome to Choreography Basics. Today's lesson is going to be on time and energy, and I'm going to be teaching you about expression today. There's a quote that I like by Dwight Roden. He says, "Creating things and training went hand in hand. They were always together, and I never did one without the other." A lot of times when we take dance classes, we're focused so much on the technical and mechanical training of how to do the dancing that a lot of times we'll forget the expression. In fact, that is favorable in a lot of ballet schools because you're going to want to take on the personality of the character, and the ballet master is going to ask you to please take your expressions and either leave them outside of the room or store them inside of you in a vault so that you can focus on the mechanics of the class. Then, as they create a character for you and you're going to be performing that character, you want to draw on many of the expressions that you have. Dance didn't always start out that way. Choreographers or tribal captains or different, dances that were created by folk peasants would come together and they would express their emotions first, and from that gather some of the timing, the steps, the shapes that were being made. So today I'd love for you to really think about the expressions that you feel, because you can start with something that is very big inside of you and feels large, and then you can put it into a poem of your own through dancing. I call this the poetic license. Sometimes I've even found that if you write out one sentence that really says whatever you need to say, whether it's I love you, I'm angry, I need dinner tonight by 7 o'clock, whatever you're feeling powerful about, write that sentence out, and then just like you did with Jackson Pollock's painting, imagine that those letters are the pathway that you're going to walk for your dance. Imagine that those letters are the shape that you're going to make. I love, okay, I used my arm, but you can exchange your arm for your knee, then your head, then your shoulder, your foot, your leg in the sky. You can write these sentences with the expression of emotion that you're feeling to your own song of choice. And truly, that is an abstraction of how you feel. It's your poem, and you have the license to be able to make it. And no one else will even know that you just spelled, I'm hungry, I need food at 7. It could be anything that you're feeling really potent about. So today's assignment is going to be, go ahead and explore some of the reasons why you like to dance. Think about what it means to you when you have to create and when you have to focus on technique at the same time. I'd also like to share a little bit in this lesson about manipulating your movements. So once you have core phrases, you know how to use them, you know how to change them according to size and tempo, you know how to change them according to energy and research. Maybe it's going to be percussive one time all the way through the phrase, and then the next time it's going to be really bouncy, and the next time it's going to be really swinging, but you get to change it each time the way that you want to. After you have that, you can actually manipulate that choreography. I call it a motif. So say you have one primary phrase that means that expression to you, I love you. Maybe that motif comes up again and again and again in the dance. It could be different each time, but you can use some simple problem solving to actually make the dance have more content. This comes in handy because we've been talking about choreography like it's a privilege and something really fun to do, and that is in fact true. That is what it is. You are extremely privileged to be able to study dance and to make your own dances and to have the opportunity to turn in a final project for it to be shown in a culminating event. If you choose a career in the arts, you will have to choreograph more dances than you have time for. And so some of the skills that have been created by choreographers that have come before us are fantastic for helping. One of them is canon, a canon in 4. And you've sung songs in canon before, like row, row, row your boat. You start row, row, row your boat, then your friend starts it right after you, and then their friend starts it right after them. You have 3 people singing the song at the same time. Each person is in a different part of the song until they're finished. They pause, the next person finishes, they pause, and the last person is still dancing. They finish. So that is what a canon is, and that is very helpful for being able to create dances. You want to make sure that if you use a technique like canon, that you're truly tightening it so that it's very clean. Is the entrance included in that canon? Is the exit included? Will there be a pause on stage? Does it unite in unison movement at the end where you're all dancing together? You've got now all of the tools under your belt to be able to create a truly meaningful final project, something that you can be proud of. So I would encourage you to be sure to add your expression into it. What is the mood that you feel about this piece and why? And how does that affect your impulse? You know, there have been times where your impulse is there and you don't necessarily have the courage to let it out. And then other times when the impulse is there and you can't keep it in. Learning about yourself and what makes you feel best to allow that impulse to flow is really important as an artist in any art form. And it truly does strengthen you and help you accomplish any kind of work that you need to do, because just as I said, it's a privilege that we get to make dances today. And sometimes it can be hard when you have to generate 50 dances in one season. It's the same for any kind of work. Even attorneys and doctors have bad days, and you have to know how to not only use your energy and your expression to help you, but also make sure that it's helping others alongside. All right, this has been fun. Please do work on your final project for today. I'm excited to see it. Be sure to answer the questions, and I look forward to seeing you.